Hey everybody, I'm Justin with ExtremeTerrain.com, and today we're taking a closer look at and walking you through the install of the single exhaust system available for your 2005 to 2014 4-liter Tacoma at home. Now, you should be checking out this system for your rig if you're looking to replace your rusted or damaged factory system with one of the most affordable stainless systems here on the site that will not only deliver a more aggressive sound, but again, that full stainless steel build along with a corresponding lifetime warranty offers south of $300. So getting into our sound clips that you guys heard at the very top of this video here, and what I will say is this system will be a bit louder than stock, but it's not going to wake the dead or be totally obnoxious on your 4.0 at home. Now because of that, I'm gonna go middle of the road, 3 out of 5 on my 1 to 5 or 1 to wake the neighbor scale. You do hear a little bit of sound inside the cab while cruising on the highway, but nothing that would be disqualifying in my mind, as this would still be a very solid option for all you daily drivers or weekend warriors out there. Now moving into our construction block, and the single exit system that we have on the table today really is pegging the bang for your buck meter. And I say that mainly because of the full stainless steel build at a very low cost. Now that stainless does make up things like your mandrel bent tubing here, about 2.5 inches is what you're looking at. Size-wise there, you do have a straight through perforated tube muffler design, which will help deliver that slightly more aggressive tone. And finally guys, the system does exit in the factory location behind that passenger side rear tire there, but does not include any fancy chrome tip or anything like that, which I really don't think is gonna bother that many Tacoma owners out there, simply just looking to get a new system on their rig, but without destroying your wallet. Now, if you did want to throw a tip on, I'm sure you could always source one on your own, either weld it or clamp it on, but that is totally up to you and not necessary. Now, the kit does include all of the hangers welded in the factory locations here, along with a few clamps, along with all the hardware to get the system installed on your rig at home. Now, because the system is made from that durable stainless steel material here, it does get backed by a limited lifetime warranty against any possible long-term defects. Now getting into pricing a bit more here guys, and I've mentioned it a few times throughout the video, this single exit system is really gonna be an excellent value coming in at that mid to high $200 price point. Again, you are receiving a full stainless steel system, pretty solid warranty, and while you might not be getting some big brand name stamped to the system here, I think for that reason alone, you were able to grab this thing at such a budget-friendly price. And again, one of the most affordable systems, at least stainless systems, in the category, along with some other options from Red Rock. But now we want to shift gears and talk a little bit more about the install. And the site's just going to go strong 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter here, taking you about an hour or so at least to complete from start to finish. But now to give you a better idea of what you might be in for in the garage or driveway, let's throw it out to the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
Tools required for this install include an impact gun, an exhaust hanger remover tool, 14 and 15 millimeter wrenches, an extension, 14 and 17 millimeter swivel sockets, and a 13 millimeter socket. What's up guys? Today we're installing an exhaust on our Tacoma. First we're going to watch a quick uninstall video showing you how to remove your factory catback, and I'll meet you right back here for the install.
All right, so we have our Tacoma in the air, and the first step in the uninstall is to remove both of the bolts at the front flange of the exhaust. Grab a 14 millimeter socket and let's get these removed. Now we have a little bit of PB Blaster on these just because they are a bit rusty, so we sprayed them down. Now we can remove them with a 14 millimeter socket. Now that we have our exhaust disconnected, we can disconnect all of the hangers as well. We have an exhaust hanger removal tool here. And we're gonna slowly work it off of each of the hangers. You can add a little bit of lubricant here to help the rubber isolator move past the hanger. And you might just have to work it off of the end a little bit. And now that that's off, we can move on to the rest. Now you can repeat that with the rest of your hangers. Just be ready, as once all of your hangers are removed, there's nothing else holding the exhaust to the vehicle. And once the hangers are removed, go ahead and remove it off of your truck.
So now that we have our factory exhaust removed, we're ready to install our new one. Before we do that, if your donut gasket is all cracked and deteriorated, you might want to throw a new one on there. Just seal it up properly before you put your new system on. And then once you got that taken care of, you can slide your front pipe into place. We're going to be installing a bolt with a flat washer through the front. Get that in on both sides. And then throw another washer and a nut on the back of those studs. So now you can grab a 17mm socket and a 15mm wrench and tighten these down. And just go back and forth a little bit, make sure you're tightening them down evenly. Next we can install our muffler. So I'm going to get our rod into our isolator first, push it all the way back, and then grab your clamp. Go ahead and slide that over your muffler inlet. And then slide that over your front pipe. And then we'll slide our clamp towards the connection of that pipe. And then take a 13mm socket and just go back and forth, tightening down these nuts evenly. Next we can install our over axle pipe. So take another one of your clamps and get that over your muffler outlet. And then take your over axle pipe, snake it over the axle, slide it into your isolator, and then get this up into your muffler outlet. And now go back to your clamp and slide this towards the edge of our pipe. And once again, grab your 13mm socket and just go back and forth, tightening these. Now before we install our tailpipe, we're gonna have to remove this rubber isolator because we do have a new one that's gonna be going in its place since our hanger rod's gonna be facing this way instead of this way. So grab your exhaust hanger remover tool and pop this off. So now you can take your tailpipe as well as your rubber isolator, slide that rubber isolator onto this rod, and then grab your clamp, slide that over the edge of the pipe, and then we can raise this up into place and connect our isolator up to that hanger. Now we can raise our tailpipe up into place. I'm going to connect this to our over axle pipe first, and then work on my rubber isolator. Rotate your isolator, slide it over that hanger. and go back and tighten up our clamp. And now go back to your clamp, slide that into place, and one more time, tighten it down evenly, going back and forth. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the single exhaust system side exit for your 2005 to 15 4-liter Tacoma. Thank you for watching, and for all things Tacoma, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.